Deniz wakes up, bringing his hand to his nose when he feels that something is amiss and immediately goes to the bathroom to check a mirror. A blink later, he returns with an unsettling look on his face and rushes towards Luz. What have you done? Have you seen this? You drew the mustache in a different color than my hair. Now they don't match.
That's what he's concerned about.
Isn't that really, dude? Quickly, use this other marker that I have with me to fix it. Why do you have that with you? Mixing them should make the correct color.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
That's what you're worried about? That's what he said.
Yep. Come on, Ziva. In the end, we're all going to do whatever you want us to. Don't be like that.
Don't give me attitude.
Our leader crosses her arms with impatience and disgust as she gives off a small sigh. This is like in Naruto. She's like the Sakura of the group. Part of her wants to get mad at me. The other wants to control herself in order to earn a place in heaven.
Yeah, the other guy, the new guy, is Shikamaru. That's exactly what this is about, Indy. We're gathered here for a reason. Catch my drift?
We're gathered here today. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Catch my drill? Of course you can. Let's go, Campanera. Let's do it. What?
I don't want to know what that meant.
Keep your pants on. Literally. I know what you mean, Ziva, so let's get serious.
It's hard to believe that when you say it while drawing a pair of glasses on Morpheus's face. Ignore him, Luz. He's just jealous. Keep going.
He likes being drawn on?
Does he like the attention from Luz?
What kind of relationship there?
I think he just likes the attention from Luz.
He's like, oh,
a cute girl's paying attention to me. Finally. Go ahead.
oh, I'm loose. I forgot.
Yeah, you're loose.
You know what? It's not fun if you let me do whatever I want. You can fix it yourself. She's like,
don't leave it unfinished. Now it looks like a monocle with an arm. That makes no sense.
Well, you can draw another circle.
I need someone else to finish it. Claire, are you interested? I don't think she's interested in you. She's more interested in Ciaran. Why did you hide under one of those desks before responding? Because she's trying to get away from you.
As I was saying, I remember meeting with some friends from my basketball team during last year's graduation day to plan one last game.
Play
one last game in the courtyard as a farewell to the graduating members. Well, planning's good to play.
Yeah.
I know it isn't anything special and that not everyone will be interested, but maybe we could do something like that officially, in addition to everything else, of course.
Luz's proposal manages to intensify the debate, creating a storm of ideas in which everyone gives their own version of what they believe would be the best way to say goodbye to our schools. Goodbye! I don't know. Some ideas are more ridiculous than others, or even impossible, taking into account our resources. The truth is that I consider all of it excessive, and I assume that everything will end with an all-night grad party at a locally rented building like every other year. After tossing out ideas, everyone seems to reach a consensus. Everyone, at least those who are listening, proudly give their approval.
Is that okay with you, Andy? Can you see yourself participating?
Don't get on his case, Ziva. It may be my taciturn attitude that causes all eyes to fall on me after the discussion, as if they were looking for an endorsement that they don't need. You're going to do whatever you want, right? I told you before that I'll follow along no matter what you decide to do, Ziva, but don't get used to it, okay? Ziva takes an eternity to smile. An eternity to smile? That'd be a long time to wait.
The sloth from Zootopia.
Smile. Sorry, with a heavily satisfied look on her face. It makes me feel like she thinks she's won some sort of battle that I didn't even participate in, forcing me to avert my gaze.
She's not smiling really slow, and by the time she's done, she's like old and wrinkled.
Oh, man. The dialogue, or more like chatter, gets longer and goes off topic to unfunny jokes that for some reason still make us laugh non-stop. I have to admit, despite being the principal dissonant sound all throughout the committee's meeting, it sure does feel like time flies by now. Before I realize it, Ziva demands our attention once again, this time to bring the meeting to a close.
Well, I think this should be enough for today. We can always have another meeting if something comes up, but for now, I think we all know what we have to do. I'm going to notify them that we're done. Can an innocent soul that studies here come with me to help explain the situation to the teachers?
An innocent soul. What an innocent soul. Ziva's clearly staring at the only other women in the room as she asks.
The hat lady? Oh, sure, I'll go too. Wouldn't one be enough? Okay, I'll come. You don't have to push.
The ladies trio, the crazy trio. They could be the crazy trio. When Ciaran, Aze, and Ziva get together, they're like the troublesome trio. Anyway, the ladies trio leaves the classroom with more aspiration than they let on. It was as obvious an excuse as saying they needed to powder their noses. After all, Ziva was a student from this school not too long ago. She should know the teachers here well enough not to need any help. Their departure opens a gap between those left behind. The room is now filled with an inescapable silence, or at least until Aze decides to open his mouth.
Oh, I was gonna say. Well, it seems that us men are all alone now. I was waiting for this opportunity. I think the two of you have some explaining to do.
Deniz and I look at each other, both sharing the exact same expression. What is he talking about?
Yes, you two, you and the girls. Less feigning ignorance and more answering. Come on, which girl do you guys like the best?
Oh, man. Then I realized that it's Aze who's talking. What else could it have been?
We're all gentlemen here, so we should be able to reach an agreement. 3 girls, 3 boys. The answer is quite obvious.
One for each, basically.
I know, I was going to say we all hook up. They're all mine.
Oh, jeez. Ziva, thanks. Not Ziva. Sorry, Ziva. I mean, Aze, jeez. You're really selfish.
I like how his face changed. I wouldn't even say that.
I know, not Ziva. I keep saying Ziva. Aze's really selfish. All the ladies for himself. That's like Cusco at the beginning of The Emperor's New Groove. Trot out the ladies. I'm like, seriously, Aze. Let's see, weren't you pretty concerned about Claire possibly being underage before? Did you manage to get over that crisis already?
Well, I've had enough time now to build our love nest close to the beach where we'll spend the glorious rest of our days running together.
Together running.
Our days together running a bar for the tourists. She has the hat to go with it.
I must admit that the speed of your imagination is as overwhelming as ever.
Thank you. I know. But you can leave the praise for later. Now I would like to know how Deniz feels about all this.
I don't think he cares enough.
Although, because you were the last one to join, you don't get any priority when choosing.
That's rude. There's not too much to say. I've been studying here for my entire life. Both Luce and Ziva have been my classmates for quite some time. I don't know Luce as well, though. She came to this school later. When was it? 3 or 4 years ago? The point is, Ziva transferred schools this past year, so consequently I lost contact with her. Before that, though, the 3 of us were all friends. I met Claire more or less at the same time as Ziva, however. We've always been in different classes, and we aren't close at all, to be honest. It's like she purposefully avoids unnecessary contact with others, you know? Basically, I'm not serious about any of them, if that's what you're worried about.
I don't know, you seem pretty happy when Luce was drawing on your face.
I know, unless he likes people drawing on his face.
I see. You've had the awful luck that girls like Ziva transferred schools to stay by my side. That's the problem with my magnetic sexuality.
Oh, jeez.
I like to be less handsome, but it's perfection that chose me, not the other way around. Okay, Gaston.
Get over yourself, Aze. Oh, I think he actually believes all that stuff he's saying, too.
I wouldn't doubt it. I came here about 6 years ago after traveling around half of the world with my parents. That's when I met my companero here. He was also a newbie who had just enrolled in Dujane and was in need of my guidance. Look at us now, inseparable.
He doesn't need your guidance. I think he's fine. Not so much inseparable. Let's just say that I felt pity.
In any case, we can all agree that all the girls are mine, all of them. You, Deniz, are the last one to join, but maybe you can still get some leftovers, like by licking their boots. from time to time or something.
Jeez, thanks, Ozzy. Leaving him the scraps or something.
And CR has his dolls, figurines, or whatever. He doesn't count. He doesn't need them.
That's rude.
He can marry his figurines.
Be respectful. They may not be human, but they have dignity.
Come on, Campanero. Let's be serious. They're tiny heaps of plastic.
The you can lick boots guy is talking to me about seriousness. You shouldn't underestimate someone's wishes, Ozzy. Have you never heard of the Pygmalion effect? Ozzy shrugs, clueless as to what Deniz is talking about. The Pygmalion effect is an incident where a person, through his or her own beliefs, or that of others, manages to achieve something with faith alone. Like the ability to realize your dreams if you believe that they'll come true. Its name comes from the Greek myth of King Pygmalion, who sculpts a statue of a woman named Galatea, and he falls in love with her. His love and desire to be with her is so strong that Aphrodite, the goddess herself, answers his prayers to bring Galatea to life.
Are you telling me that if you believe hard enough, you can make plastic figurines come to life?
Of course not. Myths are simply stories that have a lot of variations of unknown origins. In any case, if this is the version that has been passed on for generations, there must be a reason, right?
I'm unconvinced no matter how you put it. What do you think, CR?
Me? That you're both crazy and even more crazy than the old Greeks, apparently.
We're back, guys.
Oh good, you're back. I don't know why I'm happy to see her, but I feel like if that conversation went any further, it would have gotten weird.
Yeah.
Siva happily walks into the middle of our conversation, and I'm happy to see her too, without paying any mind to how important that we men were discussing might have been. But it's not like we had anything else to discuss anyway, so the three of us settled down and let Ziva speak.
We're finished for today, so you can start tidying up the classroom before it gets late. Be my slaves.
Contrary to Ziva's enthusiasm, the two girls accompanying her share a disconcerted expression as they enter. Both of them look at me, one reflected on each of my eyes, but it's Ziva's voice that wakes them up and causes everything to return to normal. The meeting ends, and even though we only talked, I still totally feel totally exhausted. When they propose that we hang out a bit longer, I have to politely decline their invitation. I'm not the only one who goes home instead either. Deniz disappears as if he were some kind of prisoner on the run, and Claire announces her departure with a bashful voice, weak as that of a newborn baby bird. You didn't want to disappear like a magician again? Each goes their own way, taking different paths, even though our town is exceptionally small. How small is your town? But it doesn't take long until I have my first re-encounter. I hear a certain voice the way it's meant to be and not the shy, fake one she'd feigned only minutes ago.
Wait up, Ciaran. Do you mind if I walk with you? Your house is in the same direction as mine.
How would you know that? Were you stalking
I
her?
told you, stalker.
I nod indifferently and wait for her to catch up so that we can continue onward.
I'm stalking for love.
Whatever you want, but how exactly do you know where I live?
Why wouldn't I know, Ciaran? That's creepy.
Yep. I stop. I was half joking, but her answer is too large of a red flag for me to ignore it.
I know everything about you.
Seriously?
Seriously, what?
About my address? How do you know it?
Oh, jeez. I followed you home before, so there's no mystery to it. I thought you were more intelligent than this, Ciaran. What else could it be?